Hey all, Game Methuselah here. Little Friday night painting video. I will make this really quick. Mostly what I wanted to show you was how to clean up old miniatures. As you guys know, I've been around for a few weeks playing Dungeons & Dragons, so I've got a lot of old stuff. And what we're doing nowadays is we're getting ready for the October convention of Mini Wars here in Fullerton, and I'm going to end up running some D&D Zero, or at least be ready to do so, in case we get some people who are interested. And I'm cleaning up a lot of figures that have, 40 years or so of dust on them, that sometimes need a little work, repair. Got a whole cadre of orcs, a bunch of other figures. There's tons and tons all here waiting to get put into play. I'm also painting some familiars here for the runner-ups in the Ruby Dragon giveaway for those who adopted the cats and unfortunately didn't get a chance to win the dragon, or didn't win the dragon. I guess everyone got a chance. But I wanted to show you more about how I clean up old minis before I'm painting them. And the best thing to do here is show you Matt Colville's Black Dragon that Steve Kish painted for him back in, I think, 04. I guess I could check. Yep, 04. So 14 years ago, Steve painted this for Matt. It was a beautiful job, incredible what Steve could get out of black. Figure's really nice, and Matt has essentially been using this as a desk monument for the last 14 years at all the various company he's been at. It got dropped a couple times. It's been banged up. I'm assuming it's actually seen some use in gaming, but that I can't tell you for sure. But first thing I need to do, like these, is clean the dirt off. Now, when you go to clean old miniatures, never use soap. You don't want to leave a residue. You can use LOC to make the water a little wetter, but the only thing I usually ever add is just a little vinegar. That way you're going to make sure you're not going to move something around and cause a film to get laid in, because that's the one thing you don't want. You want a nice clean surface to be able to fix on, and then you can go back and touch up the miniatures. So that's what I'm doing here, and then after that I'm going to get back to painting. Now, this is going to be duller than dishwater, which, considering what I'm doing, is pretty much a consistent statement. So I'm not going to make this video long. I'm just going to say you go over it a couple times, make sure you get all the dirt off. And then what I'm going to do is take some still pictures as this goes on, and as I start painting these little familiars here, and put them on my Twitter feed. So if you are unaware of that, I am at Jim Murphy at game_Methuselah. I know that amazes everybody. But you can follow up on this. But I want to get this little baby cleaned up here as soon as possible, so the next time that Matt and I get a chance to get together, I can give him back his prize, and it can spend another 14 years sitting on his desk. Not going to do much with this figure. I don't think my skill set is sufficiently good enough to improve on anything that Steve Kish painted. So we're going to let time have done what it's done, and I'm just going to clean it up to make it look as close to as good as I can do. So this is the way to do it. Again, when you get old figures, you find them any place and you want to clean them up and get ready to prep them, always just wash them off and take a look at them, because sometimes they're going to be in better shape than you think. They might look bad, but sometimes instead of having to repaint them, just do a little bit of touch up to keep them the way they are. That way they are really original paint jobs. That's always my preference, is to keep things in the original 1970s vintage type paint schemes. That way someday in the dark future, when they're sitting in a museum somewhere talking about the old days before the modern gaming, when people actually use these metal sculptures and plastic sculptures to move around and play their games, these were the originals, and that's what I like to keep them in their original condition as much as possible. So take a look if you're interested on my Twitter, and you can follow along and see how this goes as I'm working on it. And we will talk again soon, and I will be making you some other videos on how-tos of various things. So have a good night, and fight me, devils, fight, for I hate peace. Paint on.